Yes, excellent news today. 4 community-acquired cases, all in home quarantine during their infectious period, all linked to the Indooroopilly cluster. So that cluster does continue to grow as we expected it would, given the environments it's been in. So just to go through, the first case is someone who tested positive on day 9 of their quarantine, a person in their 40s who's a household contact of a Brisbane Boys Grammar School student. The second case is someone who tested positive day 10 in home quarantine, a teenager who is a student at Brisbane Boys Grammar School, but there are 2 other household members already unwell in that household who are confirmed cases. Then the third case is someone who tested positive day 8, a student at Ironside. And then the fourth case is someone who tested positive day 9, a student at Brisbane Girls Grammar School. So we now have 120 cases linked to that cluster. In Queensland overall, we have 156 active cases, and to date we've now had 1,929 cases in Queensland. The testing results down here in the southeast corner were superb, and they were even better up in Cairns. So congratulations to the people of Cairns. You've really supported your community coming out. Please continue to come out. It's so reassuring that we've only had those 2 cases. The reef pilot, who now we have definitively confirmed got infected on that ship that he piloted through the reef. I have the whole genome sequence results from New Zealand that confirms that. So he came into the Cairns community on the 23rd of July, which is why we've put some additional exposure sites up in Cairns. So please, everyone in Cairns, could you go and check the website to make sure you haven't been in any of those exposure sites? It's really important that you still come forward and get tested, and anyone in Cairns with any symptoms at all, as you've been doing the last few days so well, please come forward and get tested. But given that we've only had that reef pilot and the taxi driver positive, and we've had so much testing, I think it is safe to lift that stay-at-home requirement, but it's still important that we have those ongoing restrictions, and it's still vitally important that people continue, as they've been doing, to come forward and get tested. That is just so important in case there's been any other spread. The highest risk contacts are negative, which is very reassuring, particularly as we're so late in the infectious period for that taxi driver and the reef pilot. But we all know with this virus it can transmit. It can transmit to someone who doesn't have any symptoms, so doesn't know to come forward and get tested. So there's still a risk there. It's low, but it's there. So please just keep coming forward and getting tested. Similarly for the rest of the state, I genuinely don't know where this virus might next pop up, but it's so reassuring to see how well people have responded when it does pop up. But it's always important if we could try and find the very, very first case, because that means we can have a short, sharp lockdown and prevent transmission and all try and get back to our lives as quickly as possible. So please keep coming forward, any symptoms at all, no matter where you are in the state. Don't think because there hasn't been a case in that area of the state for a year that there couldn't be one. We all know there could. So please just keep coming forward and we'll be able to manage this beautifully, as the southeast corner has and as Cairns has. So thank you very much. Then today it is so great to be here, the first day of operation of this new mass vaccination clinic. I got my second AstraZeneca vaccine yesterday. I managed to get a badge. I'm sure I'm meant to be guilty because I don't know that we've got many of these badges. So I put that on because I'm so proud that I've been able to go and have my 2 doses so that I'm part of that 20% of Queensland that's fully vaccinated, and that's what we've got to aim for. We really and truly need to aim to get at least 70% of our eligible population, that is people 16 years of age or older, vaccinated as soon as possible, because that will protect us when we have our next outbreak, as unfortunately I'm sure we will, and means that we'll be able to manage outbreaks differently going forward. As soon as we've got 70% of our adults 16 years plus vaccinated, we'll be able to do things so much more differently. It'll be excellent. So that's important. Then there is another group I'd like to get vaccinated. That is children, because of the Delta variant, children 12 to 15 who have significant underlying diseases. So Children's Hospital is managing that process. It's really important that those children come forward and get vaccinated with Pfizer as soon as they're able to register and get an appointment. Well children, not at this stage. The ATAGI advice is that it's children who have significant underlying diseases. So you can imagine cystic fibrosis, lung transplants, children with significant disease. It's really important they are protected. So please, anyone 60 years of age or older, or anyone who's had a first dose of AstraZeneca, come and get your second dose from your GP or pharmacy as soon as possible. Anyone under 60, if you wish to get AstraZeneca, please go and speak to your GP. Otherwise, register online through the booking process as soon as possible, because I do not want to have a single vacant booking appointment available for someone to get Pfizer. So I need people to register. Today, all 1,500 bookings are full, which is fantastic, and we will keep on pulling people forward who have registered to make sure they get booked. Thank you very much.